All right. If you're just joining us, thank you very much for tuning in. We're working out some technical difficulties here as we try to get the whole crew on board for this game. I get from the David McMullen Gymnasium with the senior boys currently surrendering a point to the Samuel de Champlain Jaguars. We are joining the action in medias rea as the Jags stormed out to a 4-0 lead, but have had a hard time since, as the Lakers currently lead 13-6 in this first set of the evening. Diving play there by number 9, Vincent of the Jaguars, unable to reach it, so the boys up 14-6 now. Here's Ben Bradford with the serve. Caught by Lib Ethan. Big hit from Aaron, wearing number 12 for the blue and white. That will catch the top of the net and fall away. So we're at 6-15 as Bradford goes back to serve again. Nice service from Bradford. Caught by Aaron. Set up by Nico and sent over. Here's Ben Chessie. Over to Archer Smith with the set. Chessie again looking for a mid-range hit. Nice one-armed play. Dive from the back row. Vincent keeping it alive, but hits the front of the net and falls out. Here's Bradford again, caught by Aaron. There's Nico, and Aaron gets it over, but Ben Bradford in the back to save it. Archer Smith with the set. Big hit from Chessie. Caught the Panthers flat-footed. No movement there as Chessie picks his corner, sends it down for a nice smash. So you check that out on the instant replay. Here's Bradford again on a bit of a run. Vincent is there. Over with a hit for Aaron. Nice move by Archer Smith, keeping it alive. Adam Barrio puts it up for another hit from Chessie. This time Nico in the back row. Caught by Lib Ethan. Aaron's going to send it over. Isaiah Caldwell, the Lib for the Lakers, is going to get it to a teammate. But we've got a double hit there. Not sure which Laker was the guilty party. But either way, ball will go to the visiting Sam de Champlain Panthers. It's number 5, Matthew. Back to serve, electing to move towards the center. Ben Chessie fields that over to Archer Smith. Back to Chessie for a cross-court hit. That falls in front of Lib Ethan. He's got the orange jersey. He is listed on our score sheet as 0. I got excited for a moment, thinking we'd see that rare number 0 out on the court, but no such luck tonight. Plain-backed orange jersey. Here's Aaron back to serve. He's had some powerful hits for the visitors. We'll see what his service is like. Ben Chessie fields that. Archer Smith is going to send it over, but I think he got a bit too close to the nets, and referees Darren Doucette and John Hamilton agree. That point will go to the visitors. Lakers currently doubling them up. 18-9 is your score in favor of the home side. Here's Alexander Robichaud, getting it over to Archer Smith. Ben Chessie's going to get that over, but Aaron is there from the back row. Nico with the set, and Vincent sends it over. Archer Smith with the direct reply. Ben Chessie trying to dive to get that play. He does get hands on it, but can't quite get it in, and we do have our scoreboard now. Should take a moment to shout out our tech crew, working frantically behind the scenes trying to make sure this game happens. As we've run into a few technical difficulties here. We've got Ashton Little, Austin Jameson, Logan Wall working cameras and tech. And Tiana Arnold is running the scoreboard. And we are going to find a way to throw down to Charlie Gregory tonight, whether that is audio, video, or a combination thereof. But he is standing by, readying some analysis. It's a hit from Nico. Fielded in the back by Ben Bradford. Archer Smith puts it up. Big hit by Chessie. Sam de Champlain player does get hands on it. Not sure who that is. I don't think we have a number. Maybe by process of elimination, I believe that could be Peter. I don't see a straight number 1 out on the court. So we'll say that's Peter. Fielded by Joe Gregory. Archer Smith putting it up. We do have an infraction, though. Another double hit. Seen a couple of those here in the early going. 19-12 is your score, as you can see on the scoreboard there. Ben Chessie gets it over to Archer Smith. Joe Gregory with the hit. Diving play from Aaron. Wearing number 12, can't quite get there. So Lakers are the first to hit 20. Here's Ben Chessy with a big jump serve. That's fielded by Vincent. Vincent again with the hit, gets it past Bradford and Smith, who had the block, and into the second level. So Panthers showing signs of life. Down by 7 here in the early going of this first set. So Maddie Fraser-Cole, one of our minor officials, is going to show the scoreboard to both sides. Given a hand by Alice McDonald. So Nico putting it over to Vincent, who sends it for the third hit. Archer Smith is going to look for Ben Bradford, but we've got another infraction. That's at least the third double hit for the Lakers. Having some tough luck in that department. Alexander Robichaud sends it back. Adam Barrio keeps it alive. Ben Chessy is going to get it over. Nice scramble by the home side. Here comes the hit from, I believe that is Vincent. Robichaud can't quite get there in time. So good play by the the Jaguars, the Jaguars, who have cut into that lead. My apologies. Serve does make it over the net, but that is out of bounds. So numero 6, Nico, will send that out. It's Joe Gregory who got the scoring started for the Lakers. After going down 4-0, Joe, I think, wrapped up 7 consecutive points, could be. Here's Archer Smith, gets it over to Adam Barrio. Nice misdirection from Barrio. Went up for what appeared to be a hit, but kind of at the last minute turned and volleyed nicely into the second level. Puts the Lakers up 22-15. So Ethan, get it up front to Nico. Vincent will send it to the back row, but Ben Chessy is there. Here's Archer Smith. Big hit from Barrio. Opts for a short side touch that time. Good job of reading the defense from the Lakers, as they're finding soft spots in the Jaguars' defenses. Here's Gregory again. Fielded by Ethan. Nico puts it up. Hit from Matthew, but we've got a whistle as head referee Darren Doucette and supporting referee John Hamilton are in accord. There was a double hit on that play. Here's set point on the hand of Joe Gregory. That will go out of bounds, though. So Jaguars still alive. They need a big run here from Vincent, wearing number 9. Bradford fields it. Over to Archer Smith, who sets up Adam Barrio. Big hit from Barrio is going to end things off. And Lakers take the first set by a score of 25-16. Alright, so if you are just joining us, thanks so much for tuning in. As you can see on the scoreboard there, it is the senior boys taking a 1-0 set lead, as they won that first one by a score of 25-16. Sam de Champlain stormed out to an early 4-0 lead, but it was all Lakers the rest of the way. We'll see what they've got in store for the second set. The visiting Jaguars seemed pretty liberal with their use of substitutions. I believe that all 8 dressed players did see the court in that first set. 7 and a lib, so I mean there's not too many additional players who have to be rotated in. Lakers stuck with mostly the same 6 players plus libero Isaiah Caldwell. It looks like they're going to rotate through the lineup early, though, as all 3 players rested their first set. Run you through the starting lineup. Wearing number 3 for the Lakers is grade 11 student Bradford. Number 5 with the nice pink shoes is grade 11 student Ben Chessie. Joe Gregory, who is often on the microphone here, is going to be on the court tonight. He's wearing number 8, and the youngest member of the squad in grade 10. Ethan Davidson, who has some pretty cool neon shoes of his own, is wearing number 10 out there on the courts. Number 11, Alexander Robichaud, is currently resting on the bench. Number 12, Adam Barrio. One of the only grade 12 students. He and Ethan Davidson are the 2 grade 12s. This team dominated by grade 11s. Number 13, Archer Smith, is out there right in the center spot. He is followed short behind by Mason Nicholson, who's wearing number 14. And the last member of the crew, Reese Lantang, wearing number 25 out there for the Lakers. Starting, it will be Barrio, Lantang, Smith, Nicholson, Caldwell in lieu of Davidson, I believe. And it is number 5, Ben Chessie, getting ready to start things off with the service. Here we go. Big service from Chessie. That had great power, but unfortunately goes off. And so it is the Jaguars who are awarded the first point. Here's number 9, Vincent, getting things started. Fielded in the back row directly by Chessie. That's responded by Aaron. Looks like we may have had a net touch, as that point goes to the Jaguars as well. Here's Vincent again. Chessie from the back row gets it over to Archer Smith. Looking for Reese Lantang, who I think mistimed his jump a little bit and couldn't quite get that over. Here is Chase getting it over to Guillerme. Sends it over. Aaron for the Jags. To Chase again, and over to Nico. Isaiah Caldwell keeps that alive. Archer Smith sending in front. Reese Lantang in motion. Couldn't quite get there to punch it over. And so again, it is the Jaguars with a 4-0 lead. Vincent on a bit of a tear. I'm not sure if it was him who started the scoring in the last set, too. Isaiah Caldwell fields that nicely. Over to Archer Smith. Reese Lantang lining up a nice hit, but that's saved by Vincent. Libero Ethan gets that over to Aaron, who sends it over. Here's Ben Chessie to Smith. Reese Lantang going for a short side hit, catches the top of the net. And the Jags are staked out to a 5-0 lead now. Vincent going for his 5th consecutive point off a service. Kept alive by Ben Chessie. Over to Archer Smith. Chessie with a hit. That's caught by Ethan in the orange jersey. Here's Chessie again. Smith, nice misdirection. Sends it over on the second hit. Looks like a set. Chessie to Smith again. Puts it up high. Looking for Barrio. Barrio with a nice hit, but that's kept alive by Chase. Nico over to Aaron. Number 12. Powerful hit. Looking for the back corner, but overshot and set that out of bounds. Here's Mason Nicholson now. Lakers have their first point of this second set. See if they can get a couple more. Chase, get it to Archer Smith. Nice response by Smith. Read the defense well. And caught Aaron in motion going the other way. As we look to integrate that second camera. Big thanks to our tech crew, who's been running around behind the scenes here to get that second camera in. We look forward to sending you down for some commentary with Charlie Gregory next time there is a stoppage in play. So big thanks to Austin Jameson, Ashton Little, and Logan Wall for getting that all sorted out behind the scenes. Lakers down by 2. There's a nice play by Vincent, keeping it in from out of bounds. Ben Chessie from behind the red line looking for a hit, but had to angle it weirdly. It's hard to figure out those hits from back there. There's number 13, Guillerme, whose teammates call him G, I believe. as we have a whistle before that play. I think there's an error in the rotation, as Samuel de Champlain did make a quick substitution with their lib. And it looks like there's not too much mercy. They are getting penalized there. Lakers up, or down, 4-6. There's Vincent. Big hit from Aaron again. Having trouble calibrating. He had the power, but couldn't quite find the accuracy. Here's Smith with a nice service. Aaron over to Chase, and who I assume is number 1, Peter, sends that over. Archer Smith getting over to Barrio. We got a whistle, though, as there was a double hit. Lakers, someone on the Lakers guilty of a double hit there. As our minor officials make note of this, Alice McDonald checking all the right boxes on the score sheet, and Maddie Fraser-Cole flipping us the correct score there. Here's Nico. Puts the ball up. Ben Chessie gets that from the back row. Archer Smith over to Adam Barrio, who opts for a gentle hit into the second row. Peter of the visiting Jaguars sends it over, but sends it a little too far into the corner and over the red line. Here's Reese Lantang looking for the back row. Vincent gets that over to Chase Aaron with a hit. This one lands at the hands of Reese Lantang. Ben Chessie looks to respond. Ethan of the Jags gets that. Bit of a melee in the front of the net. Ben Chessie sent it over, but ultimately it is kept alive. Here's Ethan over to Chase. Aaron winding up for a big hit. Archer Smith keeps it alive. Direct response. But it is a net touch from the Jaguars, as I think Ben Chessie saw that, but I don't know if anyone else did. Jaguars seemed pretty surprised to have that call go against them. So we were briefly tied for a moment there, but with that misserve, it is the Jags pulling ahead by 1. 8-7 is your score. Here's Aaron with a nice serve. Reese Lantang's going to get that. Archer Smith looking for the setup. Adam Barrio with a hit. That is blocked at the front of the net by Peter, but the ball falls on his end and not on the Lakers as intended. So we're tied again, this time at 8 apiece. The Jags did get out ahead to a 5-0 lead, though, so Lakers have had the momentum. Chase sends that over on the second hit. Here's Nicholson getting over to Ethan Davidson. Ben Chessie sends it back, fielded by the Jags, but that catches the basketball net and is therefore a dead ball. Lakers take what I believe is their first lead of this second set. If you're just joining us, they claimed the first one by a score of 25-16. There's a solid hit by Peter, but unfortunately caught a bit too much net with that, as you can still see it vibrating. That means the point goes the Lakers' way. Here's Adam Barrio. Catches fellow senior Ethan Davidson in the side of the head. Maybe not the contact he was looking for, as the boys laugh it off. Get some courtside view of that. Big thanks to our downstairs cameraman, Logan Wall, running that camera too tonight. Here's Chessie. Big hit, but that will fall out of bounds. And tied up again at 10. A real back and forth affair here for this second set. Peter winding up, sends it over. That's caught by Reese Lantang. Set up by Smith. Chessie will get that. He sends it over and onto the Sam de Champlain side of the court. 11-10 is your score, as we get a look at Ethan Davidson's serve. Fielded by Ethan of the Jaguars. Not sure what his name is, as we have another double touch. Referees tonight, Darren Doucette and John Hamilton, keeping a close eye on those double touches on both sides. Big wind and hit from Vincent, but someone's going to catch the net, I believe. So that point goes Lakers' way. They have a 13-10 lead. This is their biggest lead of the second set. We'll see if they can build on this and start to pull away. There's Vincent sending it over. Ben Chessie narrowly, looks like he might have avoided the rafters, but I guess not. The call is out of bounds, but that was not outside of the red lines. So must have just caught part of the rafters there. 13-11 is your score. Here's Barrio over to Archer Smith. Mason Nicholson has the third touch, but doesn't quite get the angle right. So 13-12 is your score. Big thanks to Tiana Arnold, who's keeping us up to date on that scoreboard. Archer Smith over to Ben Chessie. There's Ethan to Chase. Chase's hit for the Sam de Sam Jaguars falls under the net. And it is Ben Chessie back to serve, who started us off, I believe. So we're all the way through the serve rotation once. Big jump serve from Chessie. There's a nice ace. That falls right at the feet of Aaron. I believe if Mr. Mike Fletcher was here, he would have rightly identified that as a lot of top spin. So another service from Chessie. That will catch the top of the net. Not sure if he's trying out a new technique tonight. Either way, ball rolls over to Vincent. He had a 4-point service run to start the game off. We'll see if he can rack up a few more. Here's Chessie over to Smith, who sends it over, but Aaron keeps it alive. Here's Ethan from the back row, and Nico's going to send it, but Chessie is there. Smith setting up Reese Lantang. Lakers thought they had that one, but Aaron and Guilherme at the front of the net, they're going to send that directly back and score the point for the Jaguars. Jags down by 1, looking to tie things up. Here's Lantang. Archer Smith on the second hit. Looks to send it deep, gets it to Chase, to Nico, over to Aaron, but Ben Chessie is there. Here's Smith again for the setup. Finds Reese Lantang. Nice move in motion by Chase of the Jaguars. Aaron with the hit. Chessie again, keeping it alive from the back row. This time Smith sends back to Chessie. Guilherme of the Jaguars tries to field it. Catches the top of the net and can't quite keep it alive. So solid rally by both sides, but it is the Lakers coming away with that point. 16-14 is your score as Mason Nicholson gets ready to serve. Fielded by the libero. Chase setting up his buddy Nico, or Isaiah Caldwell rather. Good move by Caldwell to make contacts, but that ball shanked way high and definitely hit the rafters this time. 16-15. Here's Guilherme looking to tie things up for the Jags. Not this time, though, as that catches the net. So 17-15 is your score. As Caldwell checks back. Nope, sorry. Not sure how that worked exactly. Caldwell checked out. Davidson checked in. Nicholson checked out. And Caldwell is back in the back row. Here's Chase on the second hit. Might have been the third one, as no one got there in time. So either a miscommunication or counting error there for the Jaguars. Either way, Lakers will take the point. They're up by 3. Nice move by Chase, sending it over on the second hit. Ball kind of came dangerously close to the referee post there. Lakers opt to give up the point. 18-16 is your score. Lakers still up by 2, but the Jags have kept it close. Here's Nico looking for Caldwell. Barrio with his offhand gets it over to Reese Lantang, who keeps it alive. Nice move by the Lakers on a scramble. Hit from Peter in the blue and white is going to go out of bounds. Jaguars have had a tough time with overshots. They've had some powerful hits, but can't quite get them to fall inbounds consistently. There's Ethan of the Jags sending it over. Gets it to Reese Lantang. Out for Archer Smith. Big hit by Chessie. And referees Doucette and Hamilton make the call. That is inbounds. So there's a hit as we check that out on the replay. 20-16 is your score. So Reese Lantang gets ready for another serve. This time that will go the Jaguars' way. Number 12, Aaron wisely lets that go by. Had to duck to get out of the way. So we catch that on the replay as well. Here it is from Aaron. Gets it over to Reese Lantang. Sends it directly over. Nico to Chase. Adam Barrio keeping it alive after the block. Back to Chessie. Barrio with the nice dive, but there's a good dig by Vincent. Chessie with a hit. Nice work by Ethan, one-handed. Couple of one-handed bounce arounds. Chessie finally ends it with a nice direct smash. I believe that was Aaron diving to try to keep that in bounds, but to no avail. So Lakers with one of their biggest leads, 4 points, as they look to close out this second set and take a stranglehold on the night's action. They're off to a good start, 22-7, as we catch that service in slow motion again. Courtesy of our camera operators, as we mentioned, Logan Wall downstairs, Austin Jameson manning the upstairs camera, and Ashton Little sitting at our control center. So a big thanks to all the tech crew tonight. Here's Barrio. Senior boys up 23-17 now. Needs 2 to close it out. Aaron to chase. Over to Vincent, who finds the second level. Sam de Champlain still has some life in them. So it is Peter getting the ball back. He's had some power. We'll see if he can send this inbounds. So, that will catch the net and not quite make it over. So it is Ethan Davidson with match point on his hand. It's a nice service from Davidson. That's fielded by Vincent. Over to Chase. Back to Vincent for a cross-court hit, but Reese Lantang is there. Archer Smith with a setup. Ben Chessie winding up for a hit, but opting instead to play it gently into the second level. That's a nice play, as he showed he's dangerous from both sides, and that will be match point. Lakers are going to take that one 25-18, as I believe we are going to get ready to throw down to Charlie Gregory at the booth.
Hello, Harvey Lakers, and welcome to the end of the second set. I am here with my co-host, Tiana Arnold. How are you feeling, Tiana?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. So, this early into the game, what are you, excited for and looking forward during this game?
More spikes and
More
stuff,
spikes,
I think.
yeah.
They look pretty good. But I think they need to work on covering.
Yeah, covering definitely is a big part of the game, and spikes is probably the most exciting part. So I'm definitely also looking forward to seeing that. Well, Harvey won that set 25-18, and tonight we do have a full roster with the Harvey Lakers. So no one's out injured, no one's out hurt or anything. So got a full-fledged team today, ready to win. The last game they played against Sam de Champlain was an away game. Harvey had a really rough first start, coming out to a very close call, I think 24-26. But later on in the game, they got their groove going, they got their spirits up, and they started to blow the team out. So I'm assuming this is going to be a pretty good walk away with Harvey Lakers, but I'm trying not to jinx them. So as the players resume and take the floor, I'll send you back up to the skybox for David White.
All right, big thanks to Charlie Gregory and Tiana Arnold. Tiana pulling double duty tonight, as she has also been running the scoreboard that you see on the screen there. So big thanks to both of them for providing that halftime, well, not halftime, that insight at the stoppage in play. Looks like we're going back to the same 6 from the first set. On the court right now for the Lakers are Alexander Robichaud, Adam Barrio, Ben Bradford, Archer Smith, Joe Gregory, and Ben Chessie in the server's position. But now that I think about it, Sam de Champlain, I believe, will have the first serve. So I think it will actually be Joe Gregory who will be serving first for the Lakers. Isaiah Caldwell is standing at the ready. And it looks like he'll be relieving someone from the back row, as referees Doucette and Hamilton, mostly Hamilton from his far court side position, double checks the lineups, make sure everyone is in the right area in the rotation. Coming over now to the Lakers side. Big thanks to our minor officials as well tonight. It has been Alice McDonald keeping track of things on the score sheet, and Maddie Fraser-Cole flipping us all off with those numbers on the scoreboard. Big thanks to both of them. Chessie gets that first serve over to Archer Smith. It's Ben Bradford with a nice hit, kept alive by Aaron. Here's Joe Gregory at the front of the net. Bradford keeps it alive, over to Archer Smith. Hit by Gregory. Makes some contact with, I believe that was Matthew of the Jaguars, and falls out of bounds. So Lakers get first blood here in this third and potentially deciding set. Lakers need the win to close it out. Jags need the win to stay alive. So a bit of a misfire there from the Jaguars, as Nico put that straight up, but no one was there for the hit. Lakers up 2-0 now. Good play by Ethan, keeping it alive. Set from Chase. Excuse me, that caught the edge of the net as it headed out of bounds. So it is the Lakers coming out with a lead this time. They're up 3-0. Here's Joe Gregory. Ooh. Gregory placed that nicely just in front of the line. That's inbounds. Pretty pleased with that result. Here he is looking for 4. Nico setting it over. Barrio keeps it alive. Smith looking to set up. Barrio again cross court. Again pushes it past the Jaguars defenders, Nico and Matthew, at the front of the net, and puts it on to the Jags' end. It's Gregory again. Gets it to Ethan, the libero. Over to Chase, and it's Nico with a cross-court hit. Barrio to Smith. Smith redirecting, but we've got a net touch. Jags are guilty. Not sure when that occurred exactly, but either way, it is Joe Gregory getting the ball, looking for a 6th point off his service. Vincent looked to keep it alive, but might have been guilty of a lift there. Made a good dive to keep it in play, but unfortunately must have had it at the wrong angle. And after 6 consecutive points from Gregory, the run is over, as that catches the top of the net. He checks out now for some well-deserved rest. And Isaiah Caldwell will check in the back row. Here's a big hit from Barrio. Again, pushing past the defenders. 8-1 is your score now as we check that out on the replay. Archer Smith back to serve. Nice hit from Smith. Ethan keeping it alive over to Chase. Aaron with the hit, but Smith from the back row. Nice direct response from the Jags. Aaron is going to push that over. So we see on the instant replay again. Here's Matthew wearing number 5 for the visitors. Gets that big hit. Adam Barrio with the pass to Archer Smith. Back to Barrio. Good play to keep it alive as number 11 Chase of the Jaguars did have that. But sent it a little bit out of bounds, and no friendly faces could get there in time. 7-point lead for the Lakers early as Ben Bradford back to serve. Vincent over to Chase. Nice back set for Nico. That had power, but fell out of bounds. So I think that was Archer had to duck his head out of the way. That came with some speed. Bradford looking cross court. Has the ball fall just a little too early, and so service will go back to the Jaguars. Here's Nico, his team down by 7. They need this set to stay alive. Bradford over to Chessie. Noble effort. He does make contact, but can't quite direct it back to his teammates. And it is the Jaguars recording the point. Here's Matthew, check that. Matthew again. Over to Chessie. Big hit, and I'm just realizing I don't have a number 1 on the court. I also do not see a number 4. So the Jaguar player who's front and center with no number on his jersey, that could be Peter, that could be Gabe. Check that, sorry. I have been miscalling a few of these players. The libero is not Ethan as previously reported. That is Peter. He's wearing number 1. Let's surmise that number 0 is actually Ethan, who has no number. So sorry about that for Jaguar fans. Je m'excuse profondément. Il y avait, moi j'ai mal lu la distribution ici et j'ai cru que c'était Ethan, le libero, mais ce n'était pas en fait, c'est Peter. So we'll have those names straightened out for you moving forward. Thanks for sticking with us. Alexander Robichaud getting ready for the serve. Sends it to Ethan. Chase setting it up for Vincent. Barrio keeps it alive. Avoids the rafters, but not quite sure what was going on there. I believe I've heard Mike Fletcher call that a campfire as the ball came down square in the middle of about 5 other Laker players. No one quite sure who was taking that. So Jaguars capitalize on the confusion. 6-12. Big service there from either Ethan or Gabe. Not sure which one. As libero Peter checks in the orange shirt. Here's Ben Chessy. Looking to extend the 7-point lead. Vincent sending it way back. Nice move by Peter. Keeps it alive. Great work by the Sam de Champlain Jaguars. Big block at the front of the net, but nothing there on the follow-up. We catch that on the replay now. Archer Smith getting it over to Joe Gregory. After a great scramble by the Jags. We can't quite keep it alive as we have a whistle due to some rotation error. Not quite sure who was out of position there. But either way, Jaguars straighten things out under the watchful eye of referees Darren Doucette and John Hamilton. Here's Vincent, get it over to Chase. Chase electing to send it over on the second hit. Bradford to Smith, back to Bradford. Sam de Champlain having a bit of trouble at the net front. They're making the first block contact, but can't quite send it directly back. Ball falling on their end more often than not. That's one of the big reasons. Lakers have this 10-point lead. Here's Vincent. Chase, back to Vincent. Ben Chessy keeps that alive. Over to Archer Smith. Joe Gregory with a big hit. That had a bit too much mustard on it as it hits the back wall. So that will be out of bounds as the Jags get the ball back. Here's Chase with a serve. Robichaux kept it alive, but no friendly faces can get there in time. So it is the Jaguars recording the point. Down 8-16. Here's Archer Smith over to Bradford. Bradford's hit catches the top of the net, so Chase on a bit of a run for the Jaguars. There it is, this long serve fielded by Chessy. Over to Joe Gregory. Adam Barrio with the hit. That's fielded by Peter. To Chase. Over to Nico. Nice work by Nico. Sending it gently into the back, into the second level, sorry. As Lakers can't quite scramble and get there in time. Here's Chase looking for what I believe is his 4th consecutive point. Archer Smith getting it over to Alexander Robichaux. Robichaux from a rough angle catches the top of the net. Jags have cut the lead to 5. Was a 10-point lead at one point. So Archer Smith over to Joe Gregory. On the third hit, the angle was a little bit wrong. And I believe a double touch was also there in the mix. So either way, Lakers were not getting the point. Sam de Champlain bench is energized by this comeback. Here's Bradford with the response. Nice work by Peter keeping it alive. Over to Chase. Big cross-court hit by Vincent. Threads the needle and finds an open space in the defense. As we've got a timeout. Coach Chris DeBarrio is going to call that, kind of stop the bleeding as we get ready on this timeout to send down to Charlie and Tiana.
Hello fans and welcome to a timeout in the third set. So Harvey's been playing very good. The score is 16-13, Harvey up by 3. But there hasn't seemed to be much communication in the gym so far. So I'm sure that's probably the downfall of this set. And I'm not all too sure what they can do. Tiana, what do you think they should do?
I think that they need to move their feet and get to the ball. But overall, they're doing pretty good. So
yeah, they have been playing a good game. And
yes,
as the players retake the floor, I'll send you back up to the skybox for commentary.
All right, thank you, Charlie and Tiana, for that insight. We'll see what Coach Barrio cooked up for the boys. That'll have to wait for another point, though, as Chase will score the point there. He's on a nice 7-point run, is number 11 in the blue and white. Looking for 8, not if Alexander Robichaux has anything to say about it. Joe Gregory over to Archer Smith. Gets that over, but Nico is there. Peter over to Vincent. And that will end the run for the Jags as the hit attempt from Vincent catches the top of the net. Lakers glad to get the ball back. Here's Joe Gregory, who had a nice 6-point run earlier. Before the ball hits the ground, we've got another rotation issue. This is the third such infraction for the Jaguars as everything's getting set. Gregory ready for the serve. That's fielded by Peter. Over to Chase, and Vincent sends it over the hands of Barrio. Kind of redirected a bit by the block and sent it to the second level. As that falls down, Jags down by 3. Made this third set a lot more interesting. Here's Caldwell. Over to Archer Smith. Ben Bradford with a big hit, but Peter of the Jaguars gets a hand on it, sends it out of bounds. Crowd here is energized. Got a small but vocal crew of supporters. Here's Archer Smith with a nice serve. Peter from the back row in motion. Chase setting up Aaron. Aaron's been quiet this game. That hit catches the top of the net. Also a double touch at some point there. So Lakers get the point in style. 20-15 is your score. Oh, back set there by Chase. Not sure if his teammates were expecting that. Nico for the Jags kind of scrambling back there. So 21-15 is your score as Lakers look to rebuild that lead they had earlier. Nice move by Nico sending it over. Bradford to Archer Smith. There's a double touch there as Smith kind of diving backwards had to make that play. That will not make it over though. So 16-20 is your score. Here's Matthew, gets it to Robichaud. Over to Adam Barrio. Robichaud looking cross court. Nice one-handed plays by the Jaguars, keeping it alive. Here's Smith with a nice setup for Barrio. Good textbook response from the Lakers. All 3 hits with the set and the finisher. Chessie to Smith to Barrio. Here's Ben Bradford on the serve. His team needs 3 to win. So we're not sure if that was a miscommunication there. Both Aaron and Vincent going down to play that. Can't quite get the angle right. So 23-16 is the score. Here's Bradford again. Vincent gets that up. Here's Chase over to Aaron with the hit. Chessie is there. Robichaud and Smith double teaming that one. There's Adam Barrio responding at the front of the net. Nico looked to push it over, but Barrio got higher. So 24-16, we've got set point here. Game point, really, on the hand of Ben Bradford. Nice serve. Kept alive, though, by Vincent to Nico. Aaron sending it second level. Here's Bradford keeping it alive. There's Archer Smith. Gets it to Ben Chessie. Chessie switching things up, sending it to the short side. That's going to fall just in bounds. And Lakers take the third and deciding set by a score of 25-16. They have secured the victory tonight, but we're still going to play 2 more. Before that, though, let's send you back down to the booth with Charlie Gregory and Tiana Arnold.
Hello and welcome to the end of the third set. Harvey won that one. Couldn't quite catch the score, but it was a very tight game. Tiana, what was your favorite moment of that set?
I don't really know. They all played amazing, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good set. My favorite part was probably when Adam Barrio tried to fill for Joe, but they had a little miscommunication. It was kind of funny, so all around, Harvey's been playing a good game. Still not a whole lot of communication, but you can tell they're kind of picking up as the game goes along. And Samuel de Champlain Jaguars, they've also been playing a very good game. You can tell they have a lot of power behind that ball when they hit it on their serves. And especially, they do call the ball a lot on defense. Their libero talks a lot. I mean, a lot. So they definitely do have a lot of communication coming from that side of the floor. And I think if Harvey got their communication up consistently, they'd be a very, very good team. Every time I interview one of their players, they always say it's communication they have to work on. So I'm looking forward to when they achieve that goal as a team. As Harvey retakes the floor, I shall send you back up to the skybox for commentary. Well, I guess not. I think we're having a little bit of technical difficulties up top. So I'm going to point out Adam Barrio. He's definitely been putting in a lot of hustle this game, diving for balls, getting digs, and putting in a lot of spikes. So he's been very impressive to watch and definitely a role model and definitely a fulfilling captain on this team. Ben Chessie being a very good spiker and one you don't want at the front net as well. So I think that's all we have to talk about right now. So I'll send you back up to the skybox for commentary.
All right, thank you again, Charlie and Tiana, for that courtside insight. As we get ready to play out the string here, we'll take full advantage of the court time and the visit. Big thanks to Samuel de Champlain for making the trip tonight from the St. John area, I believe. Big thanks to the coaches whose names we didn't get as well. Not sure what's going on here, as you have a bit of rearrangement of the net decorations. Referees get that set up. Looks like they might have switched locations as well, as we've got Darren Doucette, who is checking the lineups and assuming the position on the far sideline, and we do indeed have second referee, or formerly second referee, John Hamilton, taking the chair. So the referee formerly known as second referee John Hamilton is now our first referee, and Darren Doucette has taken the position of second referee as he confers with the minor officials. It's like Alice McDonald dutifully noting this on the score card, rather. So if you're just joining us, Lakers took the first three sets from the Jaguars by scores of 25-16, 25-18, and 25-16 respectively. We'll see what happens here in the fourth. Mason Nicholson goes for that dive, can't quite get there in time. Lakers look to be using the same lineup as they did on the second set, as we have Lentang and Nicholson in, Gregory Bradford and Robichaud out. Ethan Davidson is currently on the bench, but I believe he's just there while Isaiah Caldwell mans the back row. There's Ben Chessie, keeps it alive. Archer Smith over to Lentang. Lakers looking for their first point of this set, and they get it. Little reverse announcer's jinx there, as we're tied 1-1 in the early going of this fourth set. Mason Nicholson heads back to serve. Referees conferring with the coaches, but we get ready now. Nicholson waiting patiently for the whistle. Here's a service. Libero Peter will field that. Over to Chase, and Aaron looking cross-court. Nicholson fields it nicely. Back to Archer Smith. Adam Barrio with a big hit. That will fall well out of bounds, though, as we've got a rare miss from Barrio. Matthew, wearing number 5 for the blue and white, will go back for his first service of this fourth set. There's Nicholson over to Archer Smith, keeping it alive. Nicholson on the third hit will get it over. Vincent is there for Chase. Setting up Aaron, who had to adjust his hit at the last minute, but still gets it over. Adam Barrio making a nice last-minute adjustment of his own, although that looked a little more intentional. Looked to go up for a hit, but turning at the last minute and volleying to the short side. Catching the Jaguars a little off guard. 2-2 is your score, as Archer Smith looks for his first service of this fourth set. Back set by Chase, gets it to Nico. Nico with a very powerful hit, but finds the corner of the gym instead of the corner of the playable surface that he was aiming for. Here's Smith again. This time it's the Lakers who go out of bounds, so teams trading blows early, as we're all tied up at 3. Here's Nico as we get the nice courtside look, courtesy of Logan Wall and our second camera. Big thanks to all the tech crew tonight, which include Logan Wall and Aston Jameson on camera, Ashton Little at the command center, and Tiana Arnold, who has been running our scoreboard, which shows the Lakers nicely ahead by 1. Here's Chase setting up Aaron, who kind of redirects that, but just sends it out of bounds. That was right on the line. Oh, no, never mind. That was inbounds. My apologies. Must have had things going to the wrong side. We're all tied up, but another rotation error. Tough break for the Jags, as they're having a real issue with these positions here tonight. Referee Darren Doucette has been very diligent about keeping an eye on the rotation order. Although this may have been a little overzealous, this call, as it appears that was made an error. We're still tied 4-4. Yep, the points come off the scoreboard. All good. It must be hard to tell when the boys all kind of jumble up. Not quite sure what the significance of the rotation is, but it is very important if you've ever seen that giant score card or score sheet that Alice McDonald is taking care of down there. I believe it's a 2-pager. Here are the Jaguars. Aaron, his team up by 1, looking to extend the lead. Archer Smith over to Ben Chessie for a big hit. Blockers make contact, but it still falls on the Jaguars' side as we catch that on the replay. Not sure what the solution there is. You can be tighter to the net, I guess, but you risk touching, of course. And that's the eternal struggle, I guess. You want to be close, but not too close. Bit of a miscommunication there, as our numberless player, who is either Ethan or Gabe, going for the ball at the same time as Chase. Lakers capitalize. Here's Adam Barrio. Now it's his team up by 1. Lantang over to Smith. Ben Chessie gets that over. So we have a good diving play by Lib Peter to keep it alive, but the Jaguars can't finish off the sequence. Lakers go up by 2 as Barrio gets set to serve again. Nice move by Barrio, keeping it alive. Chessie gets it over, but Lantang keeps it in play. Archer Smith over to Ben Chessie. Lakers scrambling there. They did get 3 hits, but can't quite redirect it up over the net like they were hoping. And we've got our mystery man, who I'm going to assume is number 0, Ethan, back to serve. Gets to Ben Chessie. Archer Smith now. And a direct response from Matthew at the front of the net. Has the wrong angle on that and sends it a bit too high, a bit too far. So 8-6 is your score in favor of the home side. Ethan Davidson gets ready for his first service of this 4th set. Boys just playing out the string now as the senior boys took the first 3 sets, meaning they have secured the results of tonight's best-of-5 matchup. We'll see if they can sweep the Jags, though, as the sets have been close for the most part. Lakers always seeming to pull ahead at the right time to finish things off. Here's Davidson again, getting over to Vincent. We've got a net touch on the green side. So it is the Sam de Champlain Jaguars claiming the point there. As Chase goes back to serve. He had a nice 8-point run, I believe it was, in that 3rd set, trying to get his team back into things. So watch out for him from that service line. It's like a net touch potentially. I think the Lakers might have gotten away with that one as we check it out on the instant replay. Oh no, it was the ball hitting the net. So just a clean hit that went inbounds, I guess. Here's Chessie. That service had a lot of mustard on it, but a bit too much if you're looking to fall in those red lines. So 10-8 is your score, as it's the Jags now. Number 9, Vincent, is back to serve. Puts the ball up and over. That's fielded by Barrio. Archer Smith with the set. Looking for Lantang. Lantang with a big hit that skims off the defender. That will fall into the corner. As might be a bit of confusion there. Lakers do get the ball in the end, though, as Mason Nicholson heads back to serve. Good service by Nicholson, fielded by libero Peter. Chase sends it over. Ben Chessie is there. Over to Archer Smith. Lantang sends it. Here's Nico over to Chase. Aaron readjusting his hit. There's Lantang. Archer Smith looking for the second level. Good dive by Vincent, keeping it alive. Libero Peter on the third hit. Gets his angle just a little bit wrong. Catches the top of the net. Lakers up by 4 now. Here's Nicholson again. Fielded by Lib Peter. Aaron sends it over on the third hit. Ben Chessie is there. Here's Smith to Barrio with a big hit, but that's kept alive. Vincent got a hand on that. I don't know if that was intentional or not. But the Jaguars pinball that around a bit before ultimately letting it fall. Nicholson again. Looking for his 4th consecutive point. Nice work by Lantang at the front of the net. But again, the Jaguars with a one-arm scramble keeping it alive. Haven't seen that before. An elbow play by Nico. Nice work. Here's Lantang with a set, more traditional hit from Barrio, but still in play. Aaron sends it over. Barrio again. That falls out of bounds. As the Jags put together a very entertaining rally. Ultimately come away with a point for their efforts. I don't think I've ever seen that. I believe it was number 6, Nico, here at the close side of the net. Kind of played that off an elbow. Putting his hacky sack skills to use. There's Lantang, sends it high, but manages to avoid the rafters. Although, Lakers guilty of a double hit. We've been hearing those at various points tonight. Here's the ball on the hand of Matthew. His team trails by 3. Lantang over to Smith. Up for Barrio with a nice hit. Matthew can't quite get there. Here's Archer Smith after some substitution work. Coach Krista Barrio gets everything settled, and we are ready. Here's Archer Smith, his team up by 4. Gets it to Peter. Chase with the setup. Aaron sends it over, but Ben Chessie is there. Must have been a net front touch on defense. Not sure who the guilty Laker was. Either way, Sam de Champlain comes away with the ball. 14-11 now, as Tiana Arnold keeps us updated on that scoreboard. There's a nice hit by Barrio. Good work by Peter keeping it alive. Doing what the lib is supposed to do. Archer Smith with a nice sneaky send. Here's Bradford with the direct response as the Jaguars get settled. Caldwell to Smith. Adam Barrio with the hit. Wisely called out of bounds by the Jags. So we had a few extended rallies go their way now. Here's Nico, wearing number 6. He's come at these serves with a lot of power. Adam Barrio played that. Not sure if he's regretting that decision. Might elect to let it go next time. Here we go. Nico looking to tie things up for his boys. Not this time, though, as that catches the top of the net. Visitors still looking to claim their first set of the evening. This one's been a close back-and-forth affair. Here's Ben Bradford. Over to Vincent to Chase. Aaron with that big hit, but that's going to catch the top of the net as well. So Lakers built up a 3-point lead. Here's Aaron again. Ben Chessie at the front of the net. Adam Barrio over to Chessie. Can't quite clear the net, and we've got a double touch. So Sam de Champlain gets the point with emphasis. Here's Aaron back to serve his team down by 2, wearing number 12 in the blue and white. Sends the ball up and over. Ben Bradford is there. Adam Barrios setting up. And Chessie at the front of the net responded well after the net front response by the Jags. Kept alive by Gabe. Oh, nice play by Aaron to chase. Peter keeps it alive for the Jaguars, and now it's the Lakers' turn. Ben Chessie looks back row, but Peter gets it over to Chase. Gabe at the front of the net. Can't quite make it over. It could have cleared the net, but Ben Chessie was there, using that height to his advantage and rejecting the Jaguars' attempt. Here's Barrio now. Nice service, looking to build on this 3-point Lakers lead. Again, Chessie at the front of the net. Not allowing anything from either Ethan or Gabe, whichever one he is. Barrio again. Gets it to Peter, and it looks like, well, that might not have actually touched a rafter. It kind of went through. So I think the refs are just calling it, if it was high enough to touch a rafter, that's a dead ball. 19-14. As again, Lakers show a knack for pulling ahead at just the right time. Vincent readjusting to send things over. Archer Smith. Over to Ben Chessie. Nice work by Peter to keep that alive. As it is Chase who responds. Archer Smith. Over to Nicholson. Good heads-up play by Nicholson at the front. Nicholson kept it alive. Put it up high for Ben Chessie, who picks just inside the short side corner. So we got a timeout called by the Sam de Champlain coaches. They had their boys hanging in there for most of this set. Looks like they're going to try to give a kind of final inspirational speech and see if the boys can pull back into this thing. So they're down by 6. Sorry, we'll throw down to the court side.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a timeout in the 4th set. The Harvey Lakers have been playing very good. They've been communicating a lot more, which is very nice to see. And on that last play where Ben Chessie just spiked it and hit the back corner, that was very impressive, very, very nice to watch. Well, we didn't have a whole lot of time for you down here right now, so I'll send you back up to the skybox for commentary.
All right, thank you, Charlie and Tiana, for that insight. It's coming out of the timeout. Here's Adam Barrio. We'll see what the Sam de Champlain entraîneur were able to figure out. Ethan Davidson over to Ben Chessie. Mason Nicholson looking back. That's handled awkwardly by the Jaguars. As coming out of the timeout, it is the Lakers who have scored. Barrio still on the service. Here's Chase over to Vincent, looking crossways. Finds Ben Chessie to Smith, back to Chessie. Nice height and angle on that one, as he sent that directly down. Bit too quick for the Jags to respond. As the ball rolls back for Barrio. 22-14 is your score. Lakers need 3 to wrap up this 4th set. It's Barrio again. Vincent, back to Nico. Aaron's going to send it over on the 3rd hit. Here's Ben Chessie. Over to Archer Smith. Over to Nicholson, who is blocked at the front of the net. As that will constitute a 4th touch for the Lakers. And Barrio will take a break from service now. Here's Ethan, or possibly Gabe, back to serve. Ben Bradford is there. Mason Nicholson sends it. Chase. Oh, a bit of miscommunication there from the Jags. So ball falls between a couple of blue jerseys. Ethan Davidson needs 2 to wrap this thing up. We'll start with 1. As that gets to Peter. Over to Chase. And sent over nicely into the 2nd level. Looks like that falls just inbounds. As Vincent collects the point for his boys. Here's Chase back to serve. He did have a big 7-point run in the 3rd set. We're going to need something similar to keep the Jags in this. Back set by Archer Smith. Looking for Chessie. Chessie looked to redirect that at the last minute, but caught the top of the net. And so Chase has one. We'll see how many more he can get. Isaiah Caldwell in the lib position. Gets that to Smith to Chessie. Now it's Nico looking back row, but again, Caldwell is there. Smith sprinting. Does make second contact, but can't quite direct it in a way that's helpful for his teammates. And so Chase has scored another one. 18-23 is your score. Here's Chase again, and that falls out of bounds. Wisely let go by Isaiah Caldwell. Pretty hard to make those last second calls. And because of that, we have set point on the hand of Ben Chessie. So it's a nice service, fielded by the Jags, though. Good net front play by Ben Bradford and Archer Smith, but a second effort from Nico keeps it alive. Hit attempt from Bradford catches the top of the net. As Lakers will have to wait a bit on this one. Here's Vincent. Looking to keep his team alive. Ben Bradford plays that nicely from his knees. To Smith, back to Bradford. Nice break for the Lakers. Catches the top of the net, spins, ultimately falls down as we see that on the instant replay. Let's go full screen for that one. Nicely done by the Lakers. 25-19 is your score as we go down courtside for some more analysis.
You think the team's strongest thing is? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the end of the fourth set. So, it's been a very nice set. Tiana, what do you think has been the driving seat for Harvey's victory so far?
Definitely their spikes.
Their spikes?
They have a lot of power behind the ball when they whack it.
Mm-hmm. That's very true. Yeah, we definitely are an up-front court considering the size of Ben Chessie and Adam Barrio. They're very, very tall boys, and they definitely have a lot of power behind that ball. And Ben Chessie places the ball very well in between the two defending blockers as well. I've seen a couple of really nice hits from him today. And I don't think Sam de Champlain quite has an answer for him. I think their tallest player is injured right now, so definitely has been a struggle for them at the front court. So anyway, it's been a very, very nice game. The boys have been cheering a lot. It's been a very fun game to watch, and I think it's enjoyable for everyone. So as the players retake the floor, I'll send you back up to the skybox for commentary.
All right, big thanks to Charlie and Tiana. Keeping an eye on things courtside. As we go to our fifth and final set of the evening, Lakers have taken the first four by scores of 25-16, 25-18, 25-16, and 25-19, respectively. We'll see how this fifth one will play out. Lakers switching things up with the lineup, as it will be Bradford, Davidson, Robichaud, Lentang, Smith, and Gregory lined up. Isaiah Caldwell on the bench for now, so doesn't look immediately ready to jump in. Not sure what happened there with the rotation there, but boys sharing a laugh with referee Darren Doucette. Started in the chair, switched over to the second referee position as we're off. Here's Lentang on the third hit, putting it up. That fell on the Lakers' side, so either way, the Lakers weren't coming away with that point. And it's the Jags striking first. It's one of their strongest servers, Chase, wearing number 11. That is fielded. Davidson looking for some support from the minor officials table. No help from Alice McDonald and Maddie Fraser-Cole. As it is the Jags up 2-0 now. Service from Chase will catch the top of the net, so 2-1 is your score. Joe Gregory with the first serve. Gets some support from the crowd there, which is always lovely to hear. Fielded nicely by Matthew. Over to Nico. Nico looks cross-court. Catches Joe Gregory in an awkward spot. And so the Jags go up 3-1 now. They have stormed out to early leads before. Haven't been able to finish them off as of yet. We'll see how this fifth and final set plays out. Nice work by Archer Smith with the last-minute redirect. Turns and sends it. pulls the team to within 1. Here's a service from Smith now. Gets it to Matthew. Nope, check that to Peter, who is taken off the orange jersey, which I guess just means he's able to play net front. Showed he's got some skills in that position on that last play as he pulls his boys ahead by 2. Yeah, I guess that's the advantage of taking off the lib jersey. Lets you play in the front row. There's Davidson over to Robichaud. Elects to send it on the second hit. Bradford to Archer Smith. Reese Lantang with the hit, but that's kept alive by Vincent. Aaron sends it over. Bradford is there. Smith with the textbook set. Alexander Robichaud hits it cross court. Good hit, but kept alive by the Jags. Chase gets it over on the third hit. Bradford again to Archer Smith. Alexander Robichaud. That was blocked by Aaron at the front of the net. Robichaud did get contact, but couldn't quite direct it over. And so it will be the Jags collecting the point. Here's Matthew. As Lakers figure out their rotation. Not going to get caught on that one. Matthew sending it. Alexander Robichaud is there. Smith back to Robichaud, but Vincent keeps it alive. Lantang with the direct response. Peter over to Aaron. Joe Gregory is going to play it from the back row. He catches the edge of the basketball net, though. And so that will be a dead ball. 6-2 is your score. Jags enjoying a 4-point lead here in the early going of the 5th and final set. Davidson to Robichaud. Smith will send it over, but Peter is there to chase. Back to Peter. His hit angled slightly down and will catch the net and roll on his side. So 3-6 as Lantang looks to cut into this 3-point lead. Here's the service. It's got by Vincent. Nico sends it back to the middle, and Matthew will send it over. Here's Robichaud to Archer Smith. Robichaud looking net front, but Ben Bradford keeps it in play. It's like we have a reversal of that call. Initially, it looks like the Jags might have touched that net front and reset the hit count, but on further review and conference between John Hamilton and Darren Doucette, it appears as if the Jags did not touch it, which meant that I think it was Robichaud there, was guilty of a 4th hit. So 7-3 is your score in favor of the Jags. Thanks to Tiana Arnold for making that quick update. Davidson sends it cross court. He got it over, but it fell just out of bounds. So Lakers scrambled a bit there. They're down by 5 now. Here's Nico for the Jags. Reese Lantang gets it over, but Aaron is there on the direct response. This might be the biggest Sam de Cham lead we've seen all night here in the 5th set as Nico puts the ball up and over. A lot of power, but that goes clear over the heads of the Lakers and out of bounds. So that will break up the Jags' run. Here's Robichaud looking to start a run of his own for the green and gold. Chase up to Peter, who bumps it over the blockers. It's a nice strategy. Joe Gregory with the one-handed hit, pinballed around by the Jaguars. Vincent diving. Aaron with one hand, sending it back to Peter, who did send it up, but ultimately out of bounds. Nice service from Robichaud, fielded by the Jags, back on the Lakers side now. Here's Bradford sending it up. Vincent is there to chase, setting up Peter for a cross-court hit. Should have changed jerseys earlier as he had that nice hit from the front of the net. And is back to serve now. So doing all those things the Lib is not allowed to do. His team up by 5 as he looks to extend this lead. Oh, interesting run up to the serve. Gets it over. Lantang, however, is there. Big hit from Joe Gregory as the boys really enjoy that one, as does this crowd. It's a textbook hit from Gregory. who is the only grade 10 member of this team. So nice to see the younger players contributing. Ethan Davidson will look to cut into this lead some more. Fielded by Nico. Chase putting it up and Vincent putting it down, but Reese Lentang is there. Ben Bradford sending it over. Direct response from Aaron. Davidson fields it out of play, and that point will go over to the visitors as they maintain a 5-point lead. Here is Aaron for the Sam de Champlain Jaguars. Ball is up and over. Mishandled there by the Lakers. Jags have doubled up the home side. 12-6 is your score as we near the midway point of this 5th and final set. There's Gregory again, angled that a little bit wrong. Hard to decide on those low serves whether you can volley or bump, and sometimes the angle's not ideal for either. Here's Aaron again on a nice, looking for a nice 3-point run. Nice hit by Gregory, but that hits the back wall hard. Gotta get some more topspin on that, in the words of the immortal Mike Fletcher. Here's Aaron. Puts that one high, changing up the technique. Maybe shouldn't have done that as that leads to a missed serve, and the Lakers get the ball back. Here's Ben Bradford, his team down by 7. Diving play, Aaron keeps it alive, but just barely for the Jags. No teammates can get there, so Bradford's going to score as he starts the long work of cutting into this Sam de Champlain lead. That will catch the top of the net, though, as I believe with both teams going to the sidelines, that 5th and final set was only a 15-pointer. So it is the visitors who claim the final set with a score of 15-8. That'll be it from me up here in the booth. We're going to send you down to Charlie, who is manning the table for some last-minute analysis. Thanks for tuning in.
Gentlemen, welcome to the end of the game. The last score was Sam de Champlain 15, our Harvey boys at 8. So I think that was just kind of a set to have fun, and definitely saw Joe struggling a little bit with his volleys and shenanigans. So definitely a fun set. And for today, I have your interview, Adam Barrio. Hello, Adam. How are you doing?
Hey, Charlie. Thanks for having me.
Oh, anytime. So, Adam, being the team captain and the role model of this team, how do you think your team has been playing so far throughout the season?
Well, we've been playing pretty good. We have our ups and downs, and it's just a game of runs. Sometimes we lose them, but for the most part, I think we've lost 2 or 3 games now, but that's all right.
Yeah, definitely has been an interesting season so far. So if there was one key component that you'd say your team has to improve on, what would it be?
Probably communication.
Communication, yeah.
We struggle sometimes when there's a ball that's not quite where we want it.
Yeah.
And we lose it right after that.
Yeah,
so.
Every time I interview a Harvey player, communication is always what they say. So it definitely has been a reoccurring statement. So, well, anyway, thank you for the interview, Adam.
Thanks for having me, Charlie.
Oh, anytime. So for your next interview, I have Ben Chessy. How you doing, Ben?
Doing good, Charlie. How are you?
Oh, I've been doing good. So, Ben, you have some monster spikes so far. So, you want to tell me about those?
Well, I seem to have been picking it up a little bit. My last couple games I struggled, but now I'm doing good. I'm a little worried. My tendons are starting to weaken severely, and I'm pretty scared one of these games I'm going to blow up a leg. Oh. But I'm just going to keep swinging.
Well, we're definitely still going to need you for the rest of the season, Ben. So you better keep those tendons in check.
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, well, this game they didn't quite send the triple block at you like last.
No, they didn't. She was wide open.
Yeah, she was wide open. We definitely saw you split the defense a lot, so it was very impressive. Yeah, well, anyway, thank you for the interview, Ben Chessy.
No problem.
Yeah, have a good day.
You too.
All right, for another interview, I have my brother, Joseph Gregory. Come on, Joe. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good, Char. How about you?
Oh, pretty good. So, Joe, I saw you have a monster spike in the final set. How do you feel?
Which spike, Charlie? Like the two off the back wall
Well,
pretty hard?
The one that you scored. Let's talk about that one.
Well, I don't know. Just seen the ball coming to me. Shot of adrenaline, right? Because sort of slows down in your mind, and you're like, okay, I just want to destroy this ball. So I went up, swung hard, and turned out to be a pretty good spike is what I heard. So pretty proud of it.
Definitely got a little bit too excited, though, sending a few balls at the wall. So
I mean, you make some, you miss some, so.
yeah, that's definitely a good motto to go by. So well, good playing today, Joe, and thank you for the interview.
Thanks, Charlie.
You're welcome.
See ya.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. And if you guys have any players or spectators that you guys want me to interview and any questions you want me to ask, be sure to leave them down in the comment section in the stream or maybe while the stream is going. So, well, that's all we have for you today. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.